everybody, welcome back to Movie Mama. As you can see, I did take a little break, but I changed some stuff, I zhuzhed some stuff, and I'm back. Now, I want to change the format of how I do videos and still trying to figure out how to navigate in this world we call YouTube. I'm also going to be focusing a lot more on kid stuff. Like, I know Mulan is coming out next month, and I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to let you know if it's worth your 30 bucks. I hope to be bringing you more things such as that, and also reviewing some of the same old stuff that I've been reviewing because, you know, I'm a sci-fi girl at heart. I hope everybody's COVID is going okay. That's what I've been calling it. I ask people, hey, how's your COVID going? For me, I think my biggest problem, maybe that's the word I'll use, problem has been what I like to call the COVID carbohydrates, also known as circle snacks, because they turn you into a circle. So I've been on the salad train, and you know how that goes. So it's been good. I hope everybody's feeling good. I know the summer has not been the most fun, and being here in Arizona means that it's 1 bazillion degrees outside every day. So it's kind of hard to find something to do, somewhere to go. So it's been a lot of watching what's on TV and making ridiculous YouTube videos. So this last week I finished watching Perry Mason. This end of season 1 was last weekend here in August, and I have some thoughts on it. So let's dig in. All right. So Perry Mason was originally a show back in the 70s, 80s? I don't know. If you're my age, your dad probably watched it. And if you're younger than me, it was your grandpa. And it was about a guy named Perry Mason, and he did detective stuff. That's about as far as I got on that. It never ever interested me. I don't think I've ever seen a rerun. I have no desire to know anything about that particular show. But as you all know, if you don't know, now you will, I'm a huge fan of a podcast called My Favorite Murder. Georgia and Karen are my imaginary friends. I feel like we're in a very good point in our relationship. They never met me. They probably never will, but I love them. And they couldn't say enough good things about Perry Mason, so I started watching it. Perry Mason is exclusively on HBO. It started filming back in June 21, 2020, and it stars a guy named Matthew Rice, which, let me tell you, don't mind Matthew Rice. He's one of those kind of dirty, I can change him, really cute. No. Yeah. But anyway, that's kind of his character. He's just really good looking dude. He's got a lot of smarts, but you know, he's so associated with the man. I don't know. That's my take on him anyway. I don't know. He has a good beard. Kind of. Like scrubbly. Yeah. Good stuff. So Matthew Rice is in it, if you didn't hear. And it has a bunch of other really great characters. John Lithgow is in it, and he is always awesome. He plays an attorney in it. And, you know, others. And it basically is about 1930s Los Angeles, right after the Depression, right before the war, right in that sweet spot before, you know, they had like a minute to breathe. But of course, still bad things happen, and a little boy gets kidnapped, and his parents are out of their minds in more ways than one, and you'll see that in the show. And then they find him finally, and he is unfortunately dead, and his eyes are sewn open. So yeah, this isn't for kids. Don't play it for your kids. This is for after hours. This is for adult time, and definitely, you know, maybe with a glass of wine. That's what I would suggest. The burning question is, who did it? Why did they do it? This is definitely a whodunit. One of the things I didn't absolutely love about this show is we kind of know very quickly in this. Oh, by the way, spoilers if you didn't already know, but here we go. They know pretty quickly in the beginning of the show. They kind of allude to who did it, and you can kind of figure out why. So it's one of those things where you kind of know what's going on, but you're watching the character struggle and figure out and do this and do that. So I didn't love that. I would have rather been like at the end, like, oh my God, it was the butler. It's not the butler, but you know, one of those kinds of things I think would have been really great, but they didn't do that. And it became very procedural. But the whole show, basically Perry Mason is trying to figure out who did it and why. This little boy needs justice, and so does his mama. That's not how he talks. That's just my interpretation. That's how I would play it. Nobody wants that. Anyway. Okay. What I loved. So there's a character in here, and he's played by a guy named Chris Chalk, and he plays Paul Drake, and he is the first black policeman in Los Angeles. And I love that whole storyline. That is one of my favorite things about this show. He's married, he has a very firecrackery wife, and they're gonna have a baby, and he is one of those guys where you just can tell. He's neat as a pin, his suits are always on point, he's got like, you know, just his house is immaculate, and he probably can see a spot of dust a mile away, and it probably bugs him. He probably uses, you know, hospital corners to make his bed, and he's trying to do his job, and he's trying to be a good detective, and he's trying to do what his police people tell him to do, and then he's also trying to be a good husband, and then he's dealing with the fact that he's a black guy in a very racially tense city, and also, he's trying to do the right thing for this dead baby. So there's a lot of different factors playing into his character and his storyline, and I thought it was really, really, really good. I think the writing was actually really good. The acting is great. I think they did a good job. All the actors were really, really awesome, on point, and I think those are my favorite things. The filming and the costuming and all that was really good too. HBO doesn't slouch. They always have money for that kind of thing. So if you like period pieces, the costuming and the cars and everything, even like the soda shops, on point. So that part of it I really, really did like. I wanted to love it. I wanted to love the storyline. I wanted to just eat it with like a spoon and be super happy about it. But the storyline was just so slow. I didn't love it. I would find myself getting distracted or like looking at my phone or whatever, and then like something interesting would happen. I'm like, wait, what happened? Who's that guy? Why is he doing that? I don't know, because I couldn't keep my attention on it. And I think my problem, and it may be just me, is that it's very procedural. There's a lot of courts and go to this guy and talk to this and blah, 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 blah. And for me, I guess, you know, I'm a sci-fi girl at heart. I want the action. I want that kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but for me, the storyline was really slow. It was really hard to follow. And I mean, they had like all the elements of something that I would be really into. You know, they got crazy parents, religious lady, dead baby. I mean, and like sexy, brooding detective guy. And you think I would be all in, but eh. I think people who like true crime, people who like crime, people who like procedural type, you know, storylines and want to know how the law works and why the law works. And I wish I was more into that, but I'm not. I think probably fans of the original Perry Mason. I think this was also a novel or possibly a series of novels before it was even a show back in the day. So anyone who's into that would definitely be into the show. It's definitely kind of slow, so I would say for an older crowd. And it's based in the 30s, so, you know, probably true crime fanatics, and, you know, period piece people, I think would really appreciate this show. If you're looking for fast-paced and witty and funny and a great adventure, this is not the show for you. What is the moral of the story? Well, for Perry Mason, he plans a lot and he thinks a lot, and then nothing goes the way he planned. And isn't that just life? You know, God laughs while you make plans, that whole thing. I think that's really true. I think, you know, that's a great kind of look at it. He still does what he needs to do, and you have to watch it. I'm not going to tell you how it ends, but you know, he has a lot of ideas of how things should go or why they should go a certain way, and they just don't work out. Not because he's done something wrong, but it's just that's life. And so I think that's a great lesson. I kind of, you know, I try to take something away from everything that I watch, and sometimes stuff will just go to when you don't want it to, you know, and you just got to roll with the punches and deal with it, because that's life, and that's what he does. He does a great job in it. So I think that's the moral of the story. Thank you all for watching. I love all of you. I hope you're all being good. I'll be back soon with more video reviews and TV reviews. And if you have any ideas of anything you think I should watch, let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like and share, and follow me on Instagram at movie.mama on Instagram. All right, guys, be good. Wash your hands. Bye.